No, you are not hallucinating. This is in fact a new Charmer video. I am back. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. In my absence, there's been a lot of card game news, both related to Legends and other card games. So I'm going to do my best to cover that. I know I'm long-winded. I'm going to try to keep this short. Also provide some quick updates as far as, everything that's been going on. There's been a bit of that too. So if you're new, you don't know that I was gone. But if you're not new, obviously it's been a bit since my last video. I'm now hopefully in a position where I can start making content again. I have moved into the new house. As you can see, my office is still kind of in shambles behind me. I've got some shelves up. I'm starting to unbox. Obviously, I have this workstation set up. This is not finalized. Things will start to look different as the videos progress. Please excuse my dust, if you will, but things are under construction. So I was moving. The other part of the reason for being gone was I was traveling every weekend to cast the Legends Master Series qualifiers. So Justin Larson and myself were flying out to LA, doing long broadcasts, and then for me, because I live on the Eastern time zone, I would fly home and have to try to sleep on the plane, because the minute I landed, I had to go straight from the airport to my house to change into work clothes to go straight to work. So I was running on fumes for like 4 weeks or whatever. But hopefully things are starting to settle down. Got a little bit more travel ahead in the near future, but not anything too drastic. Hopefully we're reaching a point where I can start doing regular content again. That means streams, YouTube videos, etc. So, all right, Legends news. Obviously I casted the qualifiers, so QuakeCon is right around the corner. It's going to be next week. It's been announced that I am returning to help cast for the finals. There's actually going to be a crew because it's cast across 2 days, and it's going to be long broadcasts. They've expanded the crew so that we can give some people some breaks, kind of rotate personalities in and out. It's going to be myself, Justin Larson coming back as well, and then we're going to have, you know him as Corey Millhouse from the Legends community. He's going to be helping out. We also have CVH, who is going to be pitching in. I'm sure a lot of people will be excited about that. And Josh Utter Layton, Raptor himself, well-known Magic player, also helped design Legends, recently announced that he is joining the Sparky Pants design team, so he's coming over, still going to help out with the game. Fantastic news in my opinion. That's going to be the crew. We're, again, going to be rotating people in and out to help cast the finals through QuakeCon. I'm super excited. Also, it was announced recently on Twitter that there will be some drop rewards if you watch the QuakeCon keynote. The drop rewards for Legends, there is nothing exclusive, so if you do miss it, you're not like totally missing out, but there is like a guaranteed Legend, some card packs, things like that, so it'll be worth your time to check that out as well. Another thing I want to mention as far as Legends goes is kind of self-plugging, but the podcast. All right, so podcast is going to be returning tomorrow, so that's going to be August 3rd, 10:30 Eastern time. Justin, myself, sounds like we're going to have Eolus on as well. She is a streamer slash content creator for Legends from New Zealand. Fantastic person. I'm really excited to talk to her, but the podcast is returning. We're going to try to do some new things, kind of learn from our broadcasting experience from the Master Series, introduce some new elements. But for this first one, as we're trying to like stand up everything and get back into a rhythm, probably nothing crazy new. I don't have my office set up. Justin also moved. So podcast was on hiatus because not only was I moving, and then Justin and I were traveling every weekend, but Justin just got a new house as well. So congratulations to Justin. But the podcast is returning. It'll be back tomorrow. Again, we're hoping to hit more regular intervals. Once again, QuakeCon might interfere with that, but post QuakeCon, getting back into the rhythm, I'm excited. So that's for Legends. Other card game news, right? Let's start with some of the small stuff. There is a card game that's going to be coming out soon that is based on the Warhammer universe. It's a really interesting concept because it's a physical card game with a digital element, meaning you buy physical cards, but then that allows you to play those same cards digitally. I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work out. Like, you buy a pack of cards and then that unlocks them in the digital version. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to end up picking it up. I opted to pass on picking up one of the Founders Packs that would have guaranteed early access, just because, in my opinion, they were quite pricey at $200. And if the digital side of this card game doesn't really get any traction, it's probably not going to be for me. I'm not in a position where I can go play physical card games very often anymore. Digital is the main attraction for me. So I did want to mention it because, you know, if you're a fan of the Warhammer universe, or if the concept of a physical and digital card game kind of being married is appealing to you, you can check it out. At Gen Con, Richard Garfield announced that he's partnered with Fantasy Flight Games to release a card game called Keyforge. Now, this game is going to be interesting to me because there is no booster packs. You only buy decks, so the individual decks are going to be $10. There is like a 2-player starter kit that you can purchase that does come with 2 decks. The idea being that it's, you know, a great way for like you and a friend to get together and start playing. But you buy decks, and you can't change cards between your decks. It's literally like every deck is self-contained. There are supposedly just ridiculous numbers of combinations available for the how the decks can exist, so that no 2 decks are essentially ever the same is like the goal of the game. I don't know how that's going to work out, but the idea is like you buy a deck and that's your whole deck, and then you play that against other people, and it's all about learning how to play your deck. Again, decks are going to be $10 for this game. I don't for a competitive game, it obviously doesn't sound like it's going to be anything that's going to take off, because from a competitive standpoint, if every deck is meant to be unique, that's really hard to balance, right? Like, if one person gets something that is just blatantly better than everything else because of some balance oversight, and if there's as many combinations theoretically available as they say there are, that's certainly possible. Like, what do you do? It's not like everybody else who wants to go compete in a tournament can go buy that same deck. All the decks are meant to be unique. So it sounds like it's the kind of game that's going to be targeting the casual crowd. You don't have to buy booster packs. Again, you pay your $10, you get a deck you can play. Because of everything being unique, it doesn't sound like it's competitively spirited. It doesn't have that mindset. This sounds very much like Richard Garfield said, I want to design a game for casual people where they can just spend $10, go play the game. If they want to try something else different later, they don't have to go buy a bunch of singles or do anything like that, buy a bunch of packs. They can just go spend $10 more, get a different deck, have a completely different experience, and do that as often as they want. So, interesting idea. Might be fun to, again, pick up casually, play with friends. I haven't actually watched any of the footage that does exist for the game to know if it's going to be multiplayer or just 1v1. I think if there is multiplayer elements, it would be a great game to like keep on hand at game nights, etc. if you just want to change a pace, that sort of thing. But I don't know. So again, just mentioning, Keyforge was announced. Mostly it's getting press and traction because it's a Richard Garfield game. That's also Fantasy Flight Games. Personally, I'm a huge fan of most Fantasy Flight games. They're like needlessly complex, which is right up my alley. They're the kind of games that take longer to set up than they do to play. For some reason, I'm a glutton for punishment, and I enjoy those. So, and I potentially saved the best or the biggest news for last, and that is Artifact finally had a relevant news update. Artifact has a release date. It will be available on Steam November 28th. If you are not familiar with Artifact, it is a card game being produced by Valve, developed by Richard Garfield, set in the Dota universe. Now, the game is going to have a $20 buy-in. That's going to give you 2 pre-constructed decks. The decks are going to have 5 heroes a piece, 9 item cards, 40 other cards, and that's per pre-constructed deck. The $20 buy-in also gives you 10 booster packs. You can then buy individual booster packs at $2 a piece. So essentially, the initial buy-in gives you 2 pre-constructed decks, and your 10 boosters that you would get anyway, so it's just a nice quality buy-in for something like this. Booster packs are going to contain 12 random cards with at least one rare card. We haven't heard if there's going to be additional rarities beyond rare. So when Magic first was released, for example, you had commons, uncommons, and rares. Later on, Magic Wizards of the Coast decided to introduce mythic rares. There's a lot of contention about that in that community, whether or not they're going to mimic that or go with the old school Magic philosophy that Richard Garfield had originally. Who knows? But packs, again, 12 cards, at least one rare, $2 a piece. Now, it's worth noting that for this game, it is entirely pay to play. There is no free-to-play model. You cannot just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing and earn some sort of in-game currency like you can with Legends or Hearthstone and then buy cards. Everything that's in here is going to be paid for, right? Every card you see, somebody will have paid and purchased. Supposedly, these cards are going to be available to be bought / sold / traded on some sort of market, whether or not they're going to use the Steam market, some sort of in-game market. We don't know. We haven't seen any of that information or seen that demonstrated in any way as of yet, but that is the idea. It's going to be a fully digital trading card game experience is the idea, and everything is bought in. I've said before, I plan on covering this game as well. I'm not going anywhere as far as Legends is concerned. I love Legends. It's going to be the sort of thing where it's going to take a lot for me to ever get pulled away from Legends, because I just really enjoy the game and the community. But I do plan on covering Artifact as well, so do not be surprised as November approaches if you see Artifact videos. There may also be a bit where it feels like there will be more Artifact content than probably Legends. Do not panic. I'll reference me saying this over and over again. Do not panic. It doesn't mean I'm leaving Legends. It's just when a game first begins, there's a lot more need and opportunity for content than there is for something that's a couple of years down the road. People are going to want new player help guides and deck strategies and things like that, and a unsettled meta, etc., etc., tutorials, learn the basics. There's all this stuff that comes with a new game that you just can't do with something like Legends that hasn't already been done before. So I do plan on covering Artifact. You will see some videos. There will be a time where you'll probably see more videos of Artifacts than Legends when that comes around. Don't panic. I'm not going anywhere with Legends. I love the game, so yeah. Artifact, Keyforge, the Warhammer game, Legends Masters series. A lot happened since I was gone. Great stuff coming in the near future. I'm really excited. You guys can look forward to hopefully me recording some more gameplay videos and getting those up very soon. I've got a lot of requests for like what I've been playing post-patch. So we did have a balance patch. A lot of pretty staple cards were nerfed and or adjusted. Duke got a buff. I've been playing Goblins, Sorcerer, and like this aggressive Battle Mage list the most. Largely because I've had to play a lot on mobile. Again, with all the travel and moving, I haven't had a ton of time to like sit down and play. While I think Telvanni is one of, if not the best deck in the format post balance patch, it's just not mobile friendly. So I've been playing more aggressive decks, and people have asked, hey, when are you going to share the list? Hopefully soon, right? I hope to post the Goblin list, or at least do a video with me playing it. Hope to definitely revisit Sorcerer. It's been great to me. The Battle Mage deck. There's a Monk deck that I've been playing a little bit as well, stuff like that. So look forward to that. I'll try to get out at least something here this weekend at a minimum, because I'll be gone next week for QuakeCon. And then once I get back from QuakeCon, we're going to get back into the rhythm, get back into the flow. I got a lot of ideas. One of the nice things about taking the time off was it made me realize how much I missed making content, whether it was streaming, making videos. I've got stuff that I want to do. I've just got to get everything set up so that I can do it. We're near that point. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me, sticking around. I really appreciate it. That's it for this video. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.